Right, hello, it's the Edible Valley podcast. It is, oh gosh, what's the date? It is the 10th of November, 2025, one day before Remembrance Tuesday, which is tomorrow. So we sit in reflection and enormous gratitude at the current and former sacrifices of people that have gone out to bat for this country and other areas of the Commonwealth and other areas of the world.
Very true. We're very lucky and blessed to live where we were, and the people that have sacrificed for our freedom is great.
No, it's true. And, I was on a walk this morning. I was walking my dog. I was walking along, and, people get involved in their own world, and it's important. I mean, this is why we have this on Tuesday, so we actually do stop and think about this.
Exactly.
But it's difficult because, we live in a very busy world, and my mind was going with all my ideas and things I wanted to do. This is why I go for a walk. And I stopped, and I realized that what these people have done in the past for us is they've effectively cancelled all of their plans that they had and gone to war and either got horrifically injured, they might have passed away, died with enormous bravery. So I can be able to stand here in a relatively calm, peaceful country and plan my future. They just ended theirs. That is enormous.
It's an amazing feat.
It really is, isn't it? And it needs to be said. And so it's very important we have tomorrow. So we do stand with respect and enormous gratitude for that. And that's taking place tomorrow on Tuesday. But for now, we go in and we talk about the wonderful things of life and food.
And that's what we love to talk about. And we get the freedom to be able to talk about this food.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I guess today I'm going to talk about eggs.
Okay, talk about eggs.
Welcome to the Edible Valley Podcast.
We want to invite you as we embark on a culinary journey through the heart of Vancouver Island
From the fertile fields
to the pristine waters of the Pacific Ocean.
we'll explore the stories behind the food that nourishes us.
Tune in to each episode as we deep dive into the flavors, the traditions, and the innovations that make this a true paradise.
Now please join us as we explore our Edible Valley.
I bloody love eggs. I can talk to you about eggs.
You can talk to me about
eggs, boy.
Oh.
What do you want to talk about specifically with eggs?
Well, you know what? I had a class today, and we were talking about eggs and getting into it, and I realized, there's so many things about eggs and how resilient they are and how much of our food depends on having eggs in it.
Oh,
right?
Former waiter, when someone comes to you saying they have a garlic allergy or an egg allergy or onion, those three, you are like, forget it. Now, it's very rare that someone is so allergic to these things like onion and stuff like that is so deep in the recipe, like with beans in a quesadilla or something. It's like that if it's on a pizza, they can't have it. But eggs are deep in so many foods. They are, I make a lot of ice cream in my ice cream maker.
Oh, of course.
That is, if you put 5 yolks in a gallon of ice cream, unbelievable. Makes it into silk.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, think about it. Those eggs are thickeners.
Natural thickener.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
And then you think about eggs like vinaigrette. Like, it's an emulsifier.
Yeah.
Right? So it's able to keep oil and water together. So it's thick dressing. So think about mayonnaise.
And if you're if you're breading something, it sticks everything on it.
Exactly.
So you can make it gorgeous and crispy.
Exactly. It's a glaze.
Yeah.
You think about a nice apple
Is this
pie.
a competition? I haven't got another one. Oh, okay. No, go on.
No, like a glaze, right? Just over top of just gives it that beautiful sheen on top of the pie dough.
Protein. Your go. For egg whites.
Oh, egg whites, yes, is an amazing source of protein.
Yeah.
And of course, what do eggs do? They're leaveners. So when you're cooking a nice muffin or stuff like that and baking with eggs, they add that air.
Ah, you bastard. You've won. No, it is amazing. And, if you ever want to a really natural form of protein, Egg whites are a great way of doing that. Hang outside one of our many ice cream shops here in the Comox Valley, because your ice cream shop, your old ice cream shop, Blue Spruce, used to give me gallons of egg whites back in the day. I mean, was that when I lived with you? You poor thing.
Yeah. and they've kind of changed their thing because you can buy egg yolks and you can buy egg whites separately, already pre-done. So I think that's what happens a lot of times.
Oh,
now.
so you don't do that anymore? They
No.
can't do that. Oh, that's a shame. But I don't do that anymore anyway. But no, eggs are amazing. And then let's talk about, I mean, you might have a plan here.
Oh, I
Just
have
two
a long
old blokes
plan, but we're
talking
going to
about
go
eggs.
sideways. It's okay.
Yeah,
I knew
absolutely.
that was going to happen.
We've actually got, when you actually cook the humble egg and all the things you can actually do with it. I'm going to stick it straight out here, all right? So scrambled,
Right.
okay, with a little bit of salt, nothing else. The Gordon Ramsay style, cook it on a low heat, keep on taking it off the heat and letting it it cooks very, very slowly, then put it back on the heat, keep it going, off the heat. And it gets so unbelievably delicate, but it is ruined by anything else you add, besides a little bit of salt. So that's my tip from the top.
It's true, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and because eggs have lots of protein, we want to cook them slowly, right?
Right.
Because the faster we cook them, the chewier and rubbier they become.
Right,
So.
absolutely. Eva, when she has her eggs in a restaurant, I mean, we say to them, we want hard eggs for her, please. And I say, oh, I want you to really understand that at a level that you find disgusting, where you would be disgusted in us, that's how the egg should be.
Oh.
And you should see the way people bring us eggs.
They just
And
look at
she loves
their-
them.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's
Well,
like,
egg-
delicious, thank you.
Eggs, you know what? Everyone likes their eggs a different way, and there's a
Wow.
million different ways to cook eggs and,
Yeah.
and to make them be part of your meal. So
Yeah.
that's what I thought. Let's get into eggs a little bit today.
Can I chuck a name out there?
Yes.
All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Trent McIntyre. The former now
Yes.
owner of the Atlas Cafe.
Yes.
Oh, what a legend.
He
This
has
guy.
probably poached more eggs in the Comox Valley than any other person
Yeah.
that has ever lived.
You want to see stress? Sunday mornings at Atlas back in the day when he was like, yeah, he's got this kind of continuous voice. Only when he's in the kitchen. The eggs are getting cold. Can you take the eggs, please, sir? It's just continuously trying to stop eggs from getting cold. I mean, that
Oh.
was what he did.
You know
Every
what?
week.
I spent many a Sunday side by side with Trent putting up eggs, poaching eggs for him while he put up the English muffins and all the toppings. And I would come along and put the eggs on each one and hollandaise, and the two of us would sit there and be like, pick up your eggs, please.
Pick up your eggs. Go. It's stressful though, isn't it? So tell me about this. So it's the opposite of a steak. The steak will continue to cook when you finish. But an egg, the minute you take it off the heat, it is...
You have a little bit of, because the outside cools down a little bit quicker,
Right.
but that yolk is still going to start to harden and cook a little bit as well. So the trick is you want to get those eggs up because you want a nice soft yolk, because we're going for, a nice medium,
Yeah.
or a nice medium rare sort of egg in there. Not that there's a real thing. We're going for a soft egg is what we really want, right? And so hitting that point is and keeping it at that point,
Getting
before
it out
the
there
yolk
quickly.
goes hard, because that's the one that kills you when you put this beautiful soft egg, and that when you cut into an eggs Benedict and the yolk just oozes out on top of everything.
It's beautiful.
And just adds that beautiful sauciness to the hollandaise and all of that. That there's that moment that when you cut into it and you cut into a brick, and it's
But then they'll go and get you some more eggs. I mean, any good restaurant will do that.
yeah, of course, yes.
Now, one thing I want to put out there to anyone that is thinking of going to a restaurant and ordering eggs a certain way, you do you, but you don't need to mention to the waiter that you don't want the white soft. Like a bogey. Like the amount of people that say to me, I want the hard inside, but I don't want the white. Or no, make sure you cook the white. And I'm like, that is sort of a given. It's a little bit like ordering a quesadilla and saying, please make sure it goes in the oven.
Yeah.
What? I mean, no one has ever said to me, I want soft white.
Yes.
So you don't need to. I guess when they say it to the waiter, though, they're saying, I really hate it when there's a little bogey hanging
there is
off
a
it.
thing, like when you're doing a hard-boiled egg, right? You have sort of the three. You have the soft, the medium, and then the hard.
Yeah.
Right? And so the soft would be cooked in, let's say if we're doing in starting from, there's 2 different ways of doing this. We have 3 different ways of cooking eggs,
Yeah.
like boiling eggs, right? So we can do the first style where we actually just take cold water and then put the eggs in there and bring them up to a simmer. And then when they hit that temperature, then we're going to start a timer when they start to boil.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so if we're doing from cold water and bringing an egg up, which is nice, so if you're trying to do soft boiled eggs,
Yeah.
a medium boiled egg, hard boiled egg. So it'd be like, if you're doing it that style, it'd be like 1 minute, you're going to get a soft boiled egg. So the whites will be just a little bit soft and runny just on the outside around the yolk. Whereas if you go for a medium, the yolk is just starting to cook, right? And starting to firm up. Whereas your hard boiled egg, which is going to be about 9 to 10 minutes.
From cold water.
All the way up to a simmer. So once the water comes up to
simmer,
a simmer,
then 10 minutes.
then 10 minutes, and then you have a hard. Now, and the other thing, if we were to use boiling water and start with actual warm simmering water, we definitely want to use boiling water because it's going to crack the eggs, right? We'd warm up our eggs at room temperature, drop those eggs in there for about, where we're going to go, 3 to 4 minutes, and that will give you a nice soft egg.
Nice.
From there.
Yeah.
Where you go up to about, 6 to 7 minutes, we're going to hit a medium, and then about 12 to 13 minutes, we're going to
It's just so stressful.
get into a hard. So it's all about timing. Yeah. So now poached eggs are even quicker than that. So, right. And so you can think about that. You can poach an egg in 3 minutes to serve right away. So
yeah. Oh gosh, I did have something to say, but I haven't. I've forgotten.
Now
so
I've
I'm going to
just
give you a
thrown
great
you off.
recipe. Yeah. So halloumi.
Yes, halloumi.
Right. Instead of
We're talking cheese.
we're talking cheese. Yeah. Now halloumi's pretty expensive.
Right.
Feta, a lot more affordable for some reason. So get a frying pan, get it nice and warm, bit of oil, and then crumble up some feta, put it in a ring around the edge of the frying pan, and then chuck the eggs in the middle, and then you will have this gorgeous feta circle around your eggs that is melted in exactly the same way as halloumi.
Ah, yes.
We do that a lot.
Oh, yeah.
It's
That
a
sounds
very nice way of doing eggs. And it's got the salt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that goes on to, I was going to say, we're talking about eggs. We can talk about grating eggs.
Grating eggs?
Yeah, because here in Canada, we grate our eggs.
Do you?
Into three different types of eggs. So we have, of course, you're always going to see all of our eggs are grated in Canada. And
graded.
Graded.
I thought you said grated, like with a cheese
grated.
grater.
No.
I was like, whoa, I didn't know that. Right, graded.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we could put it on a grater if we were to like cure the egg and then grate it, but that's
grated. Can you just say it in? Okay. Yeah.
Anyways, the grading in our eggs in Canada here. So we have A, B, and C. So A is going to be a very beautiful egg and lots of firm whites on it, and with a nice round yolk in it.
Oh, okay.
Right. Compared to our B eggs, which are going to be more of what we're going to say a little bit runnier egg white, and the yolk's not going to be as pretty.
Okay.
Both perfectly good eggs to eat with. One B's I may be using for scrambled eggs or baking or something like that, whereas an A is going to be for my nice sunny side eggs or my over easy eggs, something you want to look really pretty on the plate. So
I didn't even know that. Okay.
Yeah.
So they're graded. Very, very nice.
Yeah.
And now, all right, we're back to competing again. So you will know this answer, but I find the system of welfare quite confusing, and I've just got my head around it. Can you talk us through the welfare? Because as I understand, there's 4 levels of welfare: free range and
the free range and
So you've got the ones where they're in cages.
That's right.
You've got what in the UK they call barn eggs,
right?
Which are free run. That's
eggs.
A barn egg,
right?
Essentially, in my opinion, massive con trick,
right?
Because you really feel that you're doing a good job, and
right.
actually. Very unregulated, from what I understand.
Yes.
Free range, marginally better.
Right.
But
they're allowed a certain amount of area in the field.
Small area outside. And it might be the smallest area possible.
Yeah.
Pasture raised. That is the one I think you should really look for.
Well, the chickens are just out. Yeah.
Yeah, they get plenty of outdoor space. They're more expensive, but they're much healthier, living a much happier life.
Yeah, and you'll actually even know the flavor of the yolk will increase and being changed too, right?
Yeah.
Because they actually have the ability to eat. They're not just on their feed. They'll be eating bugs and stuff like that.
Yes.
Will add a lot of nutrients and a lot of flavor to their yolks. I've even heard of there's a gentleman who does chili peppers. feeds his chickens chili
Oh,
peppers.
yeah.
Anyways, but he feeds them, and so the yolks are actually almost red.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, and apparently the chilies don't affect the chickens. Don't like it doesn't burn them or hurt them.
Right.
As in like
Yeah.
when you and me take red peppers, but that red color and that flavor get passed on to the yolk, which is kind of incredible when you think about it.
And when you want to get like a pasture-raised or a really happy chicken's egg, go to a farm stand.
There's lots of great farm stands around there, and there's lots of beautiful places around here you can pick up eggs.
They're usually cheaper than the supermarkets.
And they're usually not properly graded sometimes, so you can get a little bit of, because there's a certain amount of farm stand eggs you're allowed to sell.
Yeah.
They have to be checked, but it's kind of neat what you can.
Absolutely. And I don't believe you need to even keep them in the fridge because I don't think they've been washed. Do you know about that?
Well, yeah, I do know a little bit about that. So here in Canada, we have a system that we wash all of our eggs.
Right.
Because there's a membrane that surrounds eggs when they come out.
Yeah.
And so usually in other places, when the eggs come out, they don't wash them off and they keep that membrane, and that protects them and keeps anything from entering
Which
through
is
the
why
eggs.
they're in the fridge here and not in Europe,
Exactly.
for example.
Now the problem is, and it goes both ways on this, but the problem is with those eggs is that whatever outside material has touched it is on that egg, no matter what. Whereas if there's anything that's touched what we use here in Canada, a lot of times they've been washed off. So we've lost that membrane, but also whatever was on top of that egg has been cleared off. So if there's something nasty that we didn't want to eat,
so
that
it's
shouldn't be in our
kind of
kitchen.
potentially the best scenario because it's being cleaned as long as you keep it in the fridge, which for me is second nature now.
Yeah, and then you don't have to worry about, like, salmonella is a big worry with chicken and definitely with eggs, right?
Yeah.
So there's not as much worry about that. So
I don't need to keep our eggs in because we get them from a farm stand, but I need to check if they've been washed because if they haven't been washed.
yeah, and it's always good to wash your eggs and keep them in the fridge.
Yeah.
And then you've got a nice little product. And of course, for when you're cracking eggs, you want to probably crack them into a bowl individually so that you can inspect your egg to see if there's any shell in there or if there's a blood spot, because sometimes you can get a blood spot in there.
I get a lot of blood spots in mine, and I've just kind of given up taking them out.
Yeah.
Big problem or no big problem?
I don't think it's a huge problem if you're going to be cooking that egg all the way through, right?
Yep.
But it's just something it's kind of just off appealing about having blood spots.
So it's a little bit of okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Eggs are great. Another thing I was going to pass on just about sizes, because I know this is something that confuses people sometimes, because we have
And I'm looking up in my phone, by the way.
7 different sizes of eggs that we can work with.
Okay.
And so we start off with the largest size, which would be jumbo eggs. And that can be anything that's over 70 grams.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's for our people out there, that would be like 2.5 ounces. So that's a big egg, right? And so as large as eggs get. And then, of course, you can always see out there's extra large eggs that you can pick up at the grocery store. Now, they're sitting around 64 grams, or that would be about 2.5 ounces.
Okay.
So when you're looking at those eggs. And now, large eggs, and this is what most of your recipes out there, unless they specifically ask for a certain size of egg, they're going to be looking for a large egg in them. So if you're doing baking or anything like that. So that's a large egg. So that's 56 grams, which makes life easy for you if you're working with a recipe that has the eggs in weights. You know how many eggs you're going to require
Do many
to get the white
recipes
amount.
have them in weights?
Well, you know what? Most home cooks don't. But as a professional chef or getting into baking professionally and stuff like that, then those weights become much more important, right? When you start getting up into huge volumes, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to be working with instead of doing 300 eggs, you know?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. If you're not just buying them and cracking all of them.
Yeah. Like,
absolutely.
So, and then you've got your medium eggs, which are about 90 or about 49 grams or about 1.5 ounces. We've got small eggs, which are about 42 grams. And then, of course, we've got anything under 42 is called a peewee egg.
Ah.
Right. So that's so you can get a lot of those little, and those aren't going to be maybe chicken eggs. Those can be other bird eggs.
Other
and stuff.
birds.
Right.
I like duck and goose eggs. They're very difficult to crack, but they're just basically massive eggs when you crack them. They're very, very nice as well.
Well, I've even used ostrich eggs before.
How big are they?
And they
must be
enormous.
hard to crack.
Yeah. They're enormous and they're huge, and we used to make, all we could figure out how to do with them is make big quiches with them.
Wow.
So
All right, let's talk urban legends with eggs. All right, there's an idea that there's a Chinese fake egg circulating. So you can go to some areas of China, and you might get eggs that are not actually eggs.
okay.
How do you feel about that, first of all?
Well, I mean, there's lots of egg substitutes out there
Yeah.
that you can use for cooking and stuff like that. So using some starches and stuff like that as a thickener in an agent. You know, even for making meringues, you can do chickpea liquid or garbanzo bean juice. If you whip that up, you get the same sort of texture as an egg meringue. So there are ways to work around that.
Yeah.
But as for this secret egg that you're talking about, what is that?
It's fake. It doesn't exist. Yeah. So I've actually, because I was going to be like, I'm going to ask him about the Chinese fake eggs. And actually, I've never bothered to go into too much, but I checked with AI and it said it is an urban legend. There is no such thing as a Chinese fake egg. Yeah, which would have been pretty scary. And the final thing I'd say is you notice fast food chains, particularly doing this a lot at the moment, them saying fresh, the term, and I despise this term, freshly cracked egg. Why do they have to say that?
You know what? That is just to say that the egg was in a shell, I guess. Because when? That would be the question too.
Yeah. Because I don't believe you've just described two professional chefs, you and Trent, trying to sort out all the eggs for the Atlas Cafe.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And how stressful that is. You've got a drive-through happening, right? Or someone's just ordered something on a drive-through, crack, ready for an egg. Is that going to happen? I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be it's a difficult one because when you're taking 3 to 5 minutes to cook an egg, think about that, right?
So, but it says freshly cracked, so that indicates they are doing it straight away. But then what's fresh? Freshly this week.
Yeah, I guess you've got a very good question there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever I see the word freshly cracked eggs, I feel like they're trying to manipulate the minute they say that.
Well, you know what? I remember my Atlas days, and we would do 16 egg drops. And so that was that was our routine. I would drop 16 eggs in the water, and then as soon as I dropped the eggs, Trent would start setting up the plates.
That's it.
So basically, by the time the eggs were just cooked, we'd have the plate set, and I'd be pulling out 16 eggs. Sometimes we put a 17th one in because one yolk would break or something like that.
To get one ready.
Just in case. And then we'd start setting the plates and getting them out there. So, yeah. There were some good times there, Will.
I always found subtle ways of winding him up. Once, after a very, very busy shift, I just went up to him and I said, Trent, I am very hungry. What can you do for me? And he said, absolutely nothing. Bless him. Oh, right. God, what a wonderful guy. All right.
How are we doing for time here?
We're good. We're 25 minutes.
Oh, you see, eggs just go by so fast.
Eggs, excellent.
This is the second time I've got to talk about eggs today, and this was much more fun.
And we didn't mention chocolate eggs either.
No, we haven't even got into that Easter.
At Easter. Yeah,
of course.
We got a little while.
I was going to say my one last little thing about eggs. The difference between brown and white eggs.
Okay.
Do you know what the difference is?
No.
There isn't.
There's nothing.
It's just a chicken.
I thought so.
There was a lot of belief that the brown eggs were healthier and better for you.
Yeah, the darker ones are, the lighter ones are a bit anemic.
It has nothing to do with it. Yeah. It's more about what the animal has been, or the bird has been, the chicken has been eating. So
yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it from the Edible Valley podcast. We've got plenty more coming through before Christmas for you. I'm going to be going to the UK for a while over Christmas.
I know. That's going to be exciting.
It's going to be very exciting. But we're going to find a way of working in some podcasts over that period of time. So we'll do that. As ever, we got our socials. Please connect with us and
100%.
Yeah.
And of course, we're going to be next year will be a little bit different too, because we're going to be doing a bit of distance talk.
You're basically gonna. Can I say?
Yeah, I think we can say now.
You're going off to Port Alberni.
Yes.
With North Island College.
Yeah, I'm going to be opening up the culinary building there and running a class. It looks like.
That is so exciting.
So I'm kind of excited to be in Port Alberni. It's a beautiful town, and it's going to be fun for me. And it's not that I'm abandoning my home here in the Comox Valley. I will still be back on weekends and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm going to be sort of commuting between both areas, and as I've been commuting up to Campbell River and sort of expanding
Nice.
my knowledge of this area, right? And connecting with chefs. And so, yeah, I think it's going to be fun. That
It's going to be good for you.
It's going to be good. I'm going to probably do a few podcasts there, talking to some of the chefs and the people in Port Alberni, so we can learn a bit about, because really it's pretty local for us still. They're not that far.
No,
far
it's
away.
1 hour 30 away. It's actually pretty close.
Yeah. So it's pretty close,
Yeah.
and it is a beautiful little town. So
Yeah.
I'm happy to share some of that.
And you're very close to Tofino, which is great as
Yes.
well. Close to places like Qualicum. It's mid-island. It's a good place to be.
So
Yeah. So, okay, great. So you're going to be doing that, but you will still be in our hearts, just not in the valley.
We'll still be doing podcasts online and keeping this going. So
And we might even do it so we patch you through on the phones here.
Mm-hmm.
And that neatly brings me to saying that we are forever grateful to the wonderful folks at Vista Radio, the owners of 98.9 Jet FM, the Comox Valley's best rock. We are in their state-of-the-art studios here in downtown Courtenay. It lifts the podcast to be in a professional studio.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
And of course, it's homecoming. It's actually the place where this podcast started back in 2011.
Well, it's really where we really got going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you very much to all the folks at 98.9 Jet FM. We really enjoy working with you.
100%.
Okay, well, have a wonderful one. God bless for tomorrow at Remembrance, and we'll the world will start again on Wednesday, and hopefully have a good week and weekend. Take care.